bracket in the Rx7. It looks like it's not holding up the welds that we attempted to put on. It's starting to crack, so that's why I haven't been driving this car, because you can see right here, there's a little bit of play in there. It's a little bit too sketch. I don't want the bracket to snap off and just screw everything up. So I haven't driven it in a while. Battery is also dead too, so I got that charging right now. I've been wanting to get back into this car. I got the window back in, so we're making progress. I just got to get this bracket back in, hook up the battery. I hope it will take a charge. It's been really dead, but my charger says it is charged, so I'm hoping that the alternator's not bad, but luckily it's like right there, so that's not really a big deal if I need to replace it. This car did sit for a while too, so now that it's getting driven a lot again, it's kind of messing some stuff up. Some things are coming to light, so gotta take care of those issues. So it sucks because it's this right here that has to come out because the bracket's attached to the air pump. So I gotta take this belt off right here, but the thing is, I got two more belts in front of it, and there's really no way to slip it around it without taking these off, so that kind of sucks. This car was kind of over-engineered with the belt system. I kind of don't know why, but I was thinking about deleting it, but I haven't really done my research on deleting the air pump. If you guys know, let me know, but I might be doing that. But for now, I just bought a bracket. These were like $100 used on eBay, and you can get one of these brand new on Elkins Rotary for $100 too, so I just bought one of these. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start by taking the first belt off, start with the second one, get this one off. I think there's just a clamp here for this. Then there's another one in the back of the pump, and then there's just like one bolt right there that slides through this bracket that we're replacing. And then you got these bolts right here. All right, so I just broke these two bolts loose. Then you break this one right here for the little idler. And then this right here should come off. This one's a little bit easier to take off because it's the first one, so it's not really much in the way. So there's the first belt. Now we got to get to the one down here going over the compressor, another pulley. I think, was that the crank or the water pump? And then that'll give us access to the last one right there. So underneath this top one that we just broke loose, there's another one sitting right here. I think this one is, what do I got right here? 7/8 on a 1/2 inch for this one. This one is a 18 millimeter. They both sit like this. So behind, if you look right here, here's the first top one right here. Got a little tensioner and everything right there. And then this is the back side of where you break that bolt loose. The same thing goes for the bottom one, right underneath. This one corresponds with this big bolt right here, which goes down to that. So you just have to pay attention to those two and like what everything's really going to. It's actually not that hard to figure out, but just kind of annoying because there's so many belts, but it's all good. All right, so now it's time to get this one off. I just gotta take this hose off, and there's one on the back side right there. It's kind of slipping off if you can see it. This one and that one right there. I'm gonna start by loosening this up right here. It's already honestly loose now, look at this. That's not good, so I'm glad I'm doing that. Sorry, my voice is kind of coming in and out, still a little sick. But I'm gonna take that off, take those two hoses off, and then take these bolts out right here. I'm guessing when I take these off, once I crack them loose, it's probably gonna snap in half. So we'll see if that happens. So when I broke the tensioner for the air pump, that's when everything kind of just fell apart. Let me see if I can. There it is, right there. So yeah, pretty much just the bolts were holding it in. So I'm glad I stopped driving this when I did, because that was pretty much a ticking time bomb right there. But yeah, the welds separated themselves, so that kind of sucks. But now that everything's loose, this belt right here will slide over everything like that. You don't have to take it all the way off because I'm gonna be putting it back on, and that will free up the air pump. Now I can take these off and then slide it out. Probably get a pry bar and pry that out, slide the new one in. So I got the air pump out. This is what it looks like. That's where the back hose went. That's where the top one goes. This is where the new bracket will go. This is how it broke. So it sits in there like that. Actually like that. But yeah, it snapped clean off. Look at that, damn. here's the rest of it right here. Stayed with the rest of the car. So I'm gonna take these bolts off, and then we'll get the new bracket set in here, drop it back in. So I got the new bracket all in. When this broke in half, all you gotta do is get a pry bar, not even a big one honestly, just like a little pry bar. Just pry in there, make sure this bolt is completely out. It just threads into the back of here, goes straight through, and then pull it out, get a pry bar, pry whatever is there, it'll come right out. Putting it in is a little tricky because there's this little spacer, like U-shaped metal clip. It's like 3 of them stacked, goes in between there like that. Getting it in is kind of tricky. I found that putting this in first without the bolt, I've even tried with the bolt, but it's kind of, I don't know why it just doesn't want to go around it. So I try it without the bolt in, put the clip on, and you kind of just have to like just work it in just a little bit, and then get a hammer and then tap it in, and then it'll start sliding in. And honestly, getting it leveled up like this only probably took like 6 hits back and forth real lightly, and then it just tapped in like that. And you have to hold this, so that's why it's tricky, because you got to make sure when you're hammering it in, this is staying with it. That's what's giving you that, you know, so it doesn't move. But yeah, that's how I got this in. It wasn't too bad. You just really got to work it, you know, and go slow because you don't want to break this. This is aluminum, so if you hit it, it's gonna, you know, put some damage on it pretty easily. All right, for reinstallation, you just got to remember there's a hose that goes back here, one on top, and then underneath, right here, another bolt goes through the bracket that sits right there. So here's the bracket underneath. You can actually see it right now. This bolt right here goes through the bracket, and it attaches to that right there, that thread right there. So this is the bottom of the pump. This is the top side of the pump. Then these right here are gonna go right there. It's pretty easy to put in. It's just a little tricky, you know. You gotta be careful because you can easily crack the fan shroud if you're not like careful, because when you put it in, you know, there's gonna be a little bit of like force, so you gotta just be careful that the fins don't get cracked when you're shoving it in, because you could remove all this, but I'm just trying to do it easier. So I got the pry bar behind the air pump. It's providing the tension I need to tighten those 2 bolts, one right there, then the one that's below right there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. So you gotta have this behind it because it'll give you the tension you need. And yeah, this is the hardest one to do just because that's the only one you have to do it like this. Those are really easy to do. You just gotta hold the pulley upwards, you know, put the tension you want, and then tighten it down. This one you actually have to put a pry bar behind it to get it tight. All right, so this one was a little loose, so I cracked the tensioners right here on these 2 bolts and tightened this one because I don't want to go back and do all this again. So these 2 are on. My bad. I'm getting this last belt right here over the compressor. All right, dang, she fired right up. Yeah, that was definitely the issue for sure, that not being connected. Battery's charged up. No longer any flame. It looks like it's going good. Everything runs good now. No check engine light anymore. Took it for a test drive. Definitely noticed the difference. It was definitely cutting out for sure. That was definitely causing a charging issue or something, because that belt wasn't tight at all either. But I didn't drive it much at all. All I did was really just start it up like when it was like that, just to, you know, keep stuff circulating through. I do have more videos coming out. They'll probably be out hopefully sometime this month. I want to get them edited and throw them out there. But stay tuned, I'll have more videos coming up.